The last section within Mendelian genetics is going to look at disorders and whether they're dominant or recessive. Everything, everything we've been talking about before this point, and including this section, is called Mendelian genetics. These follow very simple rules. These are just kind of the basics of biology, and you'll see a lot of this stuff in just like regular bio or ninth and 10th grade bio. But the recombination we say for AP, we talk a little bit about how the dominant allele is producing the functional protein and the recessive allele produces a non-functional protein. This is some of the other stuff that we touch upon in AP. With the autosomal dominant disorders, you only need one of the alleles. So you can see here, this is just like the Mendelian genetics where if you get one, you got it. So if the disorder you have is dominant, you're going to get it anytime you have that big A. It doesn't skip generations. So if you have it, like you're probably, or not to say probably, you have a chance of passing it on to your kids without needing somebody else. You can see here the affected father, half of his kids are going to get that because he's going to pass on one of those two chromosomes. One's affected, one's not. He has a 50-50 shot of having that disorder. Even though that 1 out of 4 of these chromosomes is affected, you still have a 50-50 shot because remember, you're only giving one of these two with the affected father. Roughly equal numbers of males and females. So again, this one doesn't skip generations. The autosomal recessive disorder is a little bit different. You need little a, or the homozygous recessive to get this. So you can see here that we both have carriers, and with those carriers, they can pass on the recessive allele without having it themselves and have somebody here. You can see here the 1 in 4 that's affected. You do have these things called carriers, again, which are they carry the gene, but they don't exhibit properties of that gene. Now, this is the one that skips generations. So if you ever hear of a disease or something coming around and it skips generations, this is a recessive disorder. It's equal again in males and females. And that's important because we're going to see how there are genetic disorders later on in this chapter that are not equal between the two disorders.